Is Father Cesar Jaramillio. I'm a priest in the Diocese of Paterson in New Jersey. I'm back in Rome at the Greg, currently pursuing my JCD doctorate in canon law after being 4 years away from studies. I have been back in the diocese for 4 years, parochial vicar at 2 different parishes, and then Bishop has now asked me to return to Rome, to Mother Greg, and pursue more studies in canon law. So my experience at the Gregorian really began in 2013 when I arrived in Rome as a seminarian. My bishop at that time sent me for my theology studies to the Greg. And so from 2013 to 2016, I studied theology and thereby achieved the STB, which is kind of like our bachelor's back home in the States, bachelor's in theology. And then he asked me to pursue a licentiate, kind of like our equivalent of a master's degree in canon law. So I did that from 2016 to 2019. I was ordained a priest in 2017. So you can say that the first 2 years of my priesthood were spent at the altar and then behind the desk as a student. I would say, to quote scripture, to whomever has been given much, much is asked of them, right? And I think a lot of the great works in the church are, of course, possible due to the great charity and generosity of so many wonderful people who have the resources and who have the goodwill to see the mission of the church, to believe in it, and to be proactive in making sure they play an active role in that mission. And so at the heart of that is the education of priests, right? As you said, the fact that tuition at the Greg is very low when compared to other institutions of that caliber worldwide. I think it's a great testament to the generosity of those benefactors, those people who see that educating priests is important, right? Not only for the mission of evangelization, right? But also so that we can have an educated presbyterate, right? And I think an institution like the Gregorian, which has a very long history of very well-educated men and men of the church, continues that legacy through their generosity and through their generous giving. So if I had a word to say, first, thank you, right? And then to encourage them to keep contributing to the edification of priests in the intellectual realm. It's extremely important. And, people like myself and countless others have benefited from an excellent education in no small part thanks to their generosity.